Good morning, everyone, and welcome. My name is Ziad Zabian. I'm a sergeant with our London Police Service Diversity and Hate Crime Unit. Welcome to you all. I know many of you are newcomers, and a lot of the information we're going to discuss it may be a lot, so I'm going to talk about a very brief introduction, and then we can talk further later if you have questions. So today we're going to talk about discrimination under the Human Rights Code of Canada. A very important topic and discussion, and I hope you're going to learn a lot of information and points from this. So, what is discrimination? Many of you may not even know what that means, so I'm going to give you the brief definition of it. Discrimination is an action or decision that treats a person or a group badly for reasons such as their race, age, or disability. Under the Canadian Human Rights Act, there's a specific list of these reasons. They are called grounds of discrimination. You can use the Canadian Human Rights Act to protect yourself from harassment or discrimination that is based on one or more of the following. Grounds for discrimination are race, national or ethnic origin, color, religion, age, sex, sexual orientation, gender identity or expression, marital status, family status, disability, which includes physical and mental disabilities, genetic characteristics. That's a confusing one. Basically, if you're treated different due to your increased risk or inherited disorder. For example, if an insurance company decides to decline coverage because you have an inherent risk of a certain illness, that's a ground for discrimination. And a conviction of which a pardon has been granted. So those are grounds for discrimination. Canadian laws protect all people. Canadians have the right to be treated fairly in workplaces, free from discrimination, and our country has laws and programs to protect this right. Canadian laws protect every worker in Canada, including foreign workers. In Canada, foreign workers have the right to be paid for their work, have a safe workplace, and keep their passport or work permit. A lot of times, immigrant workers, for example, will be misled, or their employers will use this or give them false information to scare them to work long hours, underpay them, maybe make their workplace not safe, or even hold on to their passport. So those are laws that will protect all Canadians and foreign workers. What is harassment? Harassment is a form of discrimination. It includes any unwanted physical or verbal behavior that offends or humiliates you. Generally, harassment is a behavior that continues over time. In some cases, serious one-time incidences can also be considered harassment. So I'm going to give you some examples of harassment. A bank teller taunting you about wearing your hijab. A manager making inappropriate jokes in your presence about persons with disabilities. A colleague putting you down because of your sexual orientation. And some of you may have already experienced these forms of harassment. Others include remarks, jokes, or innuendos related to a person's race, gender, identity, gender expression, sex, disability, or sexual orientation, creed, age, or any other ground. Those are examples. Something we see is an example where some person is posting or circulating offensive pictures, graffiti, or materials, whether in print form or via email or other electronic means. So they may not say it to you in person, but they may put offensive pictures of you on a wall or a door. That's harassment. Singling out a person. And these are examples, real life examples we've seen, where they are singling this person out or humiliating or demeaning them. Usually we call it teasing or jokes because they are a member of a code-protected group. So because of their race, the color of their skin, or their religion, or where they're from, they'll make these jokes. And they say it's only a joke, but it's not. It's hurtful, and they are saying it, so it's not right, and it is harassment. Comments, ridiculing, making fun of a person because of their characteristics that are related to a ground of discrimination. For example, this could include comments about a person's dress, their speech, or other practices that may be related to their sex, race, gender, identity, or creed. And This is not allowed. This is not acceptable in any workplace, in any environment, in any school. And it takes a joint effort. We all have to stand united against this to make this stop. So the most common, what do I do if someone discriminates against me? If you believe you've experienced discrimination, you may be able to apply or file a human rights complaint with the Commission or with the provincial or territorial human rights agency. Some important notes when you do want to file. You should file within 12 months of the situation or incident. You don't need to pay a fee, okay, to file a human rights complaint with the Commission. It's free, it's covered by the government. You can file a complaint on behalf of others as long as you have their permission. This is sometimes someone will see this harassment or be witness to it, and that affected them. And they may ask you, listen, what I saw or witnessed hurt, and I want to bring it forward. Are you okay if I bring this forward? And that's obviously, you give them permission, you say yes. Sometimes a parent will do it on behalf of a child, or a spouse on behalf of their husband or wife or partner. Anyone can do this complaint on behalf of that individual. Maybe that person has other challenges that they can't do that. Maybe language is an issue. They will have a second person do it with their permission. You don't need to hire a lawyer or get other legal help to file with the Commission. However, if you decide to hire legal help, you must cover the cost if you decide to hire legal help.
Human rights are protected by federal, provincial, and territorial laws. Canada's human rights laws. If you believe you have experienced discrimination, you may wish to make a complaint. You do not need a lawyer to file a complaint. The Canadian Human Rights Commission will contact you within 20 days of having received your complaint. If you need help with your complaint, you can reach the Commission by email. You can file a complaint with the Commission in several ways: online, by email, by mail, or by fax. Contact Canadian Human Rights Commission by phone, toll-free 1-888-214-1090, by phone 613-995-1151, TTY 1-888-643-3304, fax 613-996-9661, or email them your questions, requests for information, or comments by email info.com@chrc-ccdp.gc.ca.